but I'm just getting started. Got my eyes on the target. Till the battle's won, till kingdom come. I'll never run. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. They say I'm dangerous, 'cause I broke all the cages. No, I will sit and take it. No.
Well, hello, cool cats and kittens. How's everyone doing? Hope you are well on this late night live. It is March 16th, 2024, 12:32 a.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Thank you all for joining. First in the house. First in the house. Good to see you, my love. Thank you so much for joining. Lisa, second. How are you? Chloe, third. Hello, my dear. Who else we got here? Amy, number 4. Carla, 5. Good to see you. D Lucky, hello. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Marlena, honey. Hello, Nina, Carla, Lynn, Melissa, Susan, Deborah, Miss T, Miss Benson, Melissa, SL. Good to see. Oh my God, Jessica, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that more than you know. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Oh, we got a new charity dono.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. That's super nice of you. Very, very nice of you. God always provides. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Hopefully, I will have my channel back in May 26th or 28th, something like that. So, my big channel. Well, my other channel. So, anywho, Loli, good to see you. SL, hello. Sky Maiden, Carla, Summer, hello, my dears. Butterfly kisses, my sweeties. Susan, hello. One love. Gina, Shannon, good to see you all. If I haven't said hello to you, hello. Hello, hello. I love you all. I know it's late, so there might not be that many out and about right now. But I want to go over this because a few hours ago, actually, it broke as soon like 5 minutes before I was going to go live earlier when we was with guidance. And I was getting ready to change the time, and I thought, I'll just come back later and do it. But Riley Strain, there's an update. Now, the update isn't that we have found him, unfortunately, but there's an update about the bar. And as we know, Luke Bryan owns the bar, which is I love Luke Bryan. I love his music. He's a good person in general. And the thing is, Riley got kicked out of the bar. Now, yesterday we were talking, and it was thank you, Vincent. Um, it was kind of one of those things where we thought, did the bartender overserve him? And we were like, maybe, don't know. But has it been debunked? I don't know, T Salsa. I just saw this thing earlier, and I'll let you guys decide. Anyway, so what I'm talking about is Luke Bryan. There's a statement. I did a short on it earlier. If you haven't seen the short yet, but here it is. And oh, thank you, mommy of 5. Thank you so much. Let me pop myself down here for a minute. This is the full statement. I'm going to read it. And the first part, it mainly talks about the police and all that. But the second part talks what happened. Thanks. Good to see you, dear. A statement from TC Restaurant Group and Luke's 32 Bridge, which is Luke Bryan's restaurant. In our efforts to help the Nashville Metro Police Department missing persons investigation of Riley Strain, we proactively provided detailed information quickly after his visit to our business on March 8th. That was 8 days ago. This information included all security, camera footage, photos of Riley at our establishment with detailed timestamps, transaction records, and staff accounts. Additionally, we proactively engage in communication with the Tennessee Alcohol Beverage Commission and will continue to communicate and provide any records needed to aid their ongoing investigation. This is the important part. This is the important part. Okay. Okay. During Riley's visit at Luke's 32 Bridge, our records show he purchased and was served 1 alcoholic drink and 2 waters. So Riley drank 1 alcohol. He drank more water than he did alcohol. He drank more water than he did alcohol there. Now, did they give him water to maybe help him sober up, to cool him down, chill him out? I don't know. But he only drank 1 alcohol drink. But it continues. And 2 waters. At 9:35 p.m., our security team made a decision based upon our conduct standards to escort him out from the venue through Broadway exit at the front of the building, which that is saying more or less that he was acting up. There was some conduct that Riley was doing If he drank more water than alcohol than he was, I don't know. Something is weird. But he could have just found the river. I mean, we just don't know. But it's been 8 days. It's been 8 days. Lisa, welcome to the family, my dear. Thank you for becoming a member over here, honey. I appreciate it. Lisa, thank you, my love. Really do appreciate that more than you know. Thank you. So conduct was not good. So they decided, the security team decided to let him out. Now, this is a very important part. The next thing I'm going to read to you again. This is another important part. He was followed down, he meaning Riley, was followed down the stairs with uno, member of his party. The individual with Riley did not exit and returned upstairs. So that person who went downstairs with him, I guess when he was getting kicked out, said, walked him downstairs. They did have to pay the tab. Yes, that is true. They had to pay the tab. The individual did not exit and returned upstairs. Our family continues to be with Riley's friends and family during this difficult time and for his safe return. Now, my question is, how long was that other person up there that went to pay the tab? I agree, Melissa. I totally agree with that. Laws need to be passed that when getting tossed out, rides need share called. Yeah, like a share ride or someone to pick them up, something, police to come. I don't know, but there's so many, people. Hey, dogs with jobs. Good to see you. Good to see you, hun. His head hit looked like a concussion in the making, which can cause confusion, right? How long was he with Riley before returning? Right. That's the question. How long was he up at the bar? And then Mommy of Five says, I call bullshit. They could have paid the tab, then left with him. Seeing your friend up there messed up, you wouldn't let him. I agree. I would. I mean, you're right. You're actually right, I think, because you could have said, can you just hold him here for a couple minutes, watch him, let me go pay the tab so I can get my friend out of here safe. So I agree with that. I agree with that. But they're 22. It's their fraternity brother. They're supposed to take care of them like a brother. But Jesse says, no way. Too much liability with a mandatory share ride. The legal drinking age is 21, and that is to assume that all people who participate are good and adults are capable of self-autonomy. That's, yeah, I understand. I understand. We're supposed to be, but there's 45-year-olds, 50-year-olds who act just as bad when they're drinking as 21-year-olds. Come together, leave together, friend code. Most bars here in Utah pays for ride shares home if you know. Really? That's interesting. Proving Spooky says, I'm disappointed in the people on the street too. Someone had to see him stumbling by himself. Well, we're going to look at some of these videos. And see here. But the question is, if he only had one alcohol beverage at the bar, 2 waters, he had to have been drinking before that. Had to have been drinking before that. Definitely use friend code ladies, especially, yeah, especially for the ladies for sure. I guess it demonstrates the quality of our friendships. Hey, yeah, perhaps. Tia, perhaps. I'm thinking he was drugged. A lot of people pre-game before going out, and yeah, and that's what I was kind of saying yesterday. A lot of people have a couple drinks before they go. It saves them money. You know what I mean? So they kind of have like a pre-party at the house. He may have done some street drugs. Remember those friends at the football game in the lawn chairs at the friend's house? Yeah. That's what I was wondering, if he had been drinking before getting to the bar. Or, I mean, they're out and about. This is their fraternity brothers. They're going to party. They're there to party, right? You're 22. Think you are invincible at 22. We all did, pretty much. Thought we were invincible at 22. But unfortunately, it's not. Let me see here. Sorry, remember my post that his mother said friend, not friends. Okay, she also said about 8. He FaceTimed her having a good time, not sober. That's another thing. So at 8:00, mom said Riley FaceTimed her. He was fine. He was having a good time. So something between 8. Do we know how long he was at the bar? Does anyone know how long he was at the bar? Hey, Sweet and Spice at the bar, or his brother should have Ubered him, knowing how he was visiting the town and how messed up he was. Layla, yay, my people are here. I'm so happy whenever I catch these lads. I'm always alone. Oh, it's good to see you, Layla. Thank you for being with us. The Jersey lady. Hello, how are you, dear? Mommy, I have the younger generation needs an ankle monitor on to wherever they go these days. It's sad. Not too long, Justin. So if he was there at 9:45, hold on. T Salsa says 9:45. They claim at 9:35 they made the decision. So it had to be before that. Had to be before that, because you can't drink an alcoholic beverage, get it from the bar, and then bring 2 waters to you, act up, in all of that in 10 minutes. It's not possible. It's just not possible. I think mom said he texted her after the FaceTime at least once. Yes. Yep. It's possible I'm getting vibes. He's in. Yeah, I think so too. Why are they not showing the video of him at the bar? Oh, that's a good question. I mean, hey, Laura. Good to see you, Laurie. Life 360 works for anyone, any age, and it works. That's true. Absolutely. I guess someone could have slipped something in his drink. Who said he acted up? I haven't heard that. I mean, he was. I mean, what would you say he was doing then? T. What was you think? I mean, if he wasn't, he was obviously um, based upon our conduct standards. I mean, if you aren't acting, if you're acting out of the ordinary, being loud, patronizing other people, then obviously you're acting out, acting up in some sort of way. It's implied if the code of conduct caused him to be tossed. But he doesn't float into the. No, 3 or 4 days. Exactly. We will see it. This footage of him walking, stumbling around. Where's the video of the inside of the bar? Um. Well, I mean, if if you go to a bar and you are, I mean, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, we're trying to find Riley, but he's obviously doing something to get thrown out. There has to be. They don't just walk up to you and say, "You need to leave. You need to leave." Why do I need to leave? I'm perfectly fine. Why would I need to leave? So it says our security team made a decision based upon our conduct standards to escort him out of the venue. It's got to be something. Being too intoxicated. That's true. Being too intoxicated can be a reason. Yeah. Yeah. Being too, uh, when you're intoxicated, you can be too loud. You can be, different things. I was cut off also, maybe stumbling, sir. Yeah, stumbling, slurring, belligerent. It's kind of like it doesn't necessarily mean I guess it doesn't necessarily mean you're like loud, but it just means you don't need to be in a public setting, really. It can be obnoxious, yeah, it can be, but it's just I think it just means you're really too drunk and you need to be not in a public setting. He may have been falling everywhere or something. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, usually whenever someone naturally is I mean, well, let's look at the footage. We'll just look at the footage. Here we go. I think I have a clearer one somewhere. I don't think it was really like him. Maybe it's the first time he's ever experienced with party favors. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, guys, if you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, please hit that thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Uh, hold on. I've got something here. Thought this was interesting. Okay, here. I think it's this one. Now watch this. Hold on. This is where he falls. But is this person, is these two separate people that walk down the street? I think it is. I think it's looking at it closer. Look at it. What if he fell in a construction hole? Watch this. This is where he goes and where he falls. See, there's two people. They're like holding each other, and then he comes running out here. It's so weird. It's very weird. I want to see where if this isn't him and they continue to go down the street, let me look at the other video here. By the way, let me show you this. Here is a live stream of right now happening in Nashville. Beautiful area. He doesn't, I mean, he vanishes a few minutes after that. Yeah. Very weird, almost like he collapsed, like when you see people who got pew-pewed and their legs buckle. Perhaps. But I was at a bar one time and a man got kicked out after I kicked him in the kahuna. 3 hours later, the bar closed and I was leaving, and that guy waited outside the bar for me. Thank God I wasn't alone. Wow, Christina. That's scary. That's very scary. Yes. Very clear footage. That's like a good resolution for sure. Oh, you can zoom in too. That's neat. Yeah, it's neat. Waited 3 hours for you. No one would have had any reason to pew pew. So I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that. I'm not saying no. I don't think that happened whatsoever. And that's right. He went the wrong direction. That would have been. Hold on. This is what I don't. It's like I want to see where. I don't think that's it's someone with him. I don't think, but I want to know like where is he coming from? Is he coming? Is Riley coming down the street or is he coming? Like, is he coming down this way or is he coming across this way? He had the opportunity to run into any establishment and ask for help, but unfortunately he didn't. Yes. Now look at this as well. Look at this. Now remember how they found his phone, right? They found his phone. Apple Watch confirmation and is seen there was a short exchange with this woman. I don't even think it was exchange per se. I think he was just looking at him, but you can see his watch, and the next one you can see it better. He's got his watch on. Clearly has his watch on. One second here. Oh, why does it always do that? Okay, this one's a lot more clear. This one's way more clear. Give me 1 second. Damn it. Where is this thing not? All right. Is this the... Here we go. Let's look at this. So many missing. Yes, here's the... He's clearly had his watch on. Police are trying to pinpoint the last place a college student was last seen by using his phone and Apple Watch. Strain, a University of Missouri student, was visiting Nashville with members of his fraternity group March 8th. It's been 8 days. He could be. No, they didn't. I don't. Please have. Now, I don't think that they. Did they find his phone on the other side? Hold on. Maybe they didn't. Let me check this. Let me ask someone. Let me check something. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. One second. Just typing. Sorry, it was the phone ping. The phone ping. The phone ping. I apologize. That's mine. Maybe he went skinny dip. No, I don't think he went skinny dipping. I don't think. Someone said yesterday that whenever they would be intoxicated that they immediately wanted to get in the water. Phone ping, yes. Yeah, guys, hit that thumbs up. I love Nashville. Nashville's really nice. We're having the CrimeCon there. All right, let's look at this timeline. We'll look at the timeline. Let's watch this first. Okay.
After a Friday night on Broadway. From the Cumberland itself to homeless encampments in the area, search and rescue scouring around the river. Let's go to News 2's Adam Mintzer, joining us live from downtown Nashville. And Adam, what have search efforts looked like throughout the day today? Get us caught up.
Mark, they've been mainly concentrated here, this part of downtown Nashville, near the Cumberland. We saw urban rescue teams actually propelling down the edges of the riverbank, looking for any signs of Riley Strain, whether that's clothes, a wallet, shoes, you name it. They were looking from the ground, but also from the river itself. We saw them on boats looking inward,
Look how they are having to propel down the side. I'm not going to CrimeCon this year, no. Some drugs make you want water. I mean, Riley, he was a good young man. I don't think he was used to really much of the party life. I mean, drinking, yeah, but if there was other things involved, and that's it, SL. It's hard to miss someone as tall as him. What did Tank say? I mean, it was just a thought, especially if a homeless person was wearing a shirt. Yeah. What's that? Oh, thank you, Tanks. You're very kind.
into the shore. Also, we saw helicopters and drones looking as well. The reason that they were here is this is the last known location of where Riley Strain was. That's according to cell phone data. In this surveillance video, what you can see is Riley Strain appearing to stumble and look a little disoriented. Now, this all started around 10 o'clock last Friday night when Riley Strain was here in town for a fraternity.
Now, when he gets up, you just got a notification. Perfect. Thanks, YouTube. After he gets up, the clip before this, when he's running, he's not stumbling until he falls, which could be because he is intoxicated by something. But while he is here, after he falls, and then he sits there just a second, and then he gets back up, then he starts stumbling again. And then he's seen here on down the street, and I would love to hear what these two ladies have to say. Possibly Stephanie. Yes. But it's like he's confused. Oh, Justin, that looks like... I hope not. Yeah, Don, it is a major river, right? For me, 2 Coronas, which are super weak. I get so out of it. I learn not to drink because I'm definitely a lightweight. Maybe he was lightweight too. Oh, thank you, Georgia. Thank you so much. It's after midnight, so it's officially my cat, Katie I love you. I had a pug named Elvis Pugsley, so I can't say nothing. 8th birthday keeps sparkling, Justin. Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Katy Perry. I sound like a strangled cat singing. Happy birthday to you and many more. Thank you, my dear. That's so kind of you. Appreciate it, my dear. Katy Perry. I love you, and I love Katy Perry, and I love Katy Perry as well. Yeah. Yeah, I still have a pug. Her name is Jaja, but at his height, incapacitated by alcohol, panicked by being lost in an unfamiliar area, he could have lost his balance and fallen into the river, either that or foul play of a homeless tent city. Yeah. But he just looks confused here. It's like he's wanting to tell someone something. Oh, of course, Tia. Of course. You want a pug? We lost our sweet waffles Tuesday, and I'm just was she a pug? Promise Roads? Jaja's your mom's name, Tar Heel? Oh my god, I love your mother. I love your mother. I love you too. You might have wanted directions. I just think sometimes you can be so intoxicated and you didn't mean to get that way. You didn't mean to get that intoxicated, but you did. And you just can't get the words out. Right? Oh, thank you, Bucket List. Thank you. I can't stand. Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. No BS. Get to the point. Let's talk about it. Let's work it out. Let's go on with it. I appreciate that, Bucket List. Thank you. I hate people who let you keep dragging it fucking on and on and on. It's like, get to the point. Let's talk about it. Let's roll with it. Thank you for noticing that. I appreciate that. He looks like he's more than drunk. Looks like he may have been roofied. Now, does I don't know when I ask this question. So if anybody knows this, please fill me in. Was there any type of hazing going on with this trip that we know about? They might not ever say, but thank you, Bucket List, once again. Because sometimes during that, they can give you a little extra. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just thinking out loud. He could have the spins too. I've gotten that way from champagne. It sneaks up on you. What do you mean the spins? Like you're circling? So I don't drink a lot. I rarely drink. I especially haven't drank since I've had kids. But before that, I was on a cruise ship, and that's the drunkest I've ever gotten my entire life. And I went to bed spinning, and I woke up in the Bahamas, and I woke up spinning, and I left the boat spinning too. So if that's what you mean by circling, I know what that means. It's the only time I've ever felt like that too. Spins when you drink so much and it feels like you're spinning. Yeah. I certainly did. I danced all night long, ordered a pizza at 4:00 in the morning, fell asleep in the pizza, woke up. If I go to bed spinning, I'm gonna throwing up. Yeah. Yeah, that's the only time I've ever been like that in my entire life. Usually the homeless folks here are kind, but there's always exactly, Ava. Yeah. Bottle Virgo. I don't drink much either, but the champagne was so delicious with the strawberries. Get you with the strawberries, don't they? But look here, he's it's like the two ladies there. I'm sure that they're a little bit scared when you can tell by their body language, so they're kind of like pulling. Some people get so drunk they totally blank it. Give me that Bridget. That's what we were talking about yesterday. Some people, they say they don't even remember. They black out and they don't remember anything. They don't remember what they were doing when they were drinking. They don't remember the night before. Yeah, same. I can't live with that. I can't live like that. Is he no, don't think so. No. He's not bloody, but he could have some very, very, very bad. He could be having a really bad concussion, bleeding inside of his skull. Oh, really, Christina? Wow, that's incredible. Okay, let's finish.
The event with some of his fraternity brothers, as you were saying, at Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway. He was actually kicked out of the bar for being too intoxicated and told his fraternity brothers that he was going to walk back to the hotel. But that was in the opposite direction of where surveillance video has continued to catch him. And what we are continuing to see is that he is looking a little bit stumbly in each one of those. Now, the next morning, his fraternity brothers called 911 saying that they couldn't locate their friend since there has been no signs of Riley Strain. And as we move into what's been nearly a week since his disappearance, investigators are still looking for leads.
A lot of times it's recanvassing the area. It's looking for additional video. Sometimes you miss cameras on a building. Sometimes there may be a witness that maybe hasn't been working the past 3, 4, 5 days because maybe they've been on vacation or out of town or sick, and then they show up and, oh, well, I was working that night. So a lot of times it's recanvassing those areas because you never know when you'll find a witness that actually saw something.
We know that law enforcement are talking to people who live and frequent this area, a lot of the unhoused community, trying to get a better idea of who may have seen Riley Strain. They say so far there are no signs of foul play, no indications he was taken or put into a car. They're still waiting to receive extra information from his Apple Watch data and his phone.
Wow.
Reporting live in downtown Nashville, Adam Mitzer, News 2.
Adam, thank you. And you can find all of our reporting on Riley Strain
That's
at
really sad,
WKRN.com right
Promise
now.
Roads. Wow. I know people who
Boats
have
in the water.
had the roofie that they that's a long time to not call for help. So my thing is, I don't want to be like too hard on the guys, his friends, his fraternity brothers, but knowing that he got kicked out and knowing no one walked with him, knowing he did not get back to the hotel, the friends said that they thought he might have went home with a girl, someone local. But I don't think that's good enough unless I'm missing something. I don't think that's good enough because you knew he was drunk enough, intoxicated enough that what did the Luke's 32 bridge say? They made a decision based upon the conduct standards to escort him out of the venue. And he wasn't called. It wasn't called in till the next morning. So did they try to call him during the night? It's so interesting how let me show you. This is the last camera that we have of him. And he's right here at the bridge. Any of his boys didn't go. I know, Amy. This is the last. He's got his watch on, and then I just think this is most likely, in my opinion, he may have hit his head, and being intoxicated makes you bleed more. The guys, fraternity brothers, said no hazing suspected. Thank you for that, Dancing Queen. The fraternity brothers is the one that ultimately called the police, and then they called his mother. The water is literally right behind him. Yes. And I think not much moments probably after this is when it happened, right? I'm trying to let me pull something up. I was an Uber driver. It's unbelievable how drunk 21 to 30 get on a night out. I have had some taking to get out of the car, drive down the high. I had some talking to get out of the car, to get out of the highway. I don't Uber anymore. It's crazy out. Yeah, I can imagine. I'm sorry, but if one of my sister's brothers got kicked out, I'd be right behind them. Tia, I agree. I mean, we're supposed to take care of each other when we're vulnerable. That doesn't just mean women. That doesn't just mean women. Can they lower the water like they did Texas? I don't think so. Probably not. Let me pull up something while I try to find something. Damn it. Where'd it go? Here, let me play this real quick so I can try to find something.
Spotter, a helicopter in the sky. Crews spent another day looking for 22-year-old Riley Strain. The college student disappeared after a Friday night on Broadway. From the Cumberland itself to homeless encampments in the area, search and rescue scouring around the river. Let's go to News 2's Adam Mintzer, joining us live from downtown Nashville. And Adam, what have search efforts looked like throughout the day today? Get us caught up.
Mark, they've been mainly concentrated here, this part of downtown Nashville, near the Cumberland. We saw urban rescue teams actually propelling down the edges of the riverbank, looking for any signs of Riley Strain, whether that's clothes, a wallet, shoes, you name it. They were looking from the ground, but also from the river itself, We saw them on boats looking inward, looking into the shore. Also, we saw helicopters and drones looking as well. The reason that they were here is this is the last known location of where Riley Strain was. That's according to cell phone data. And this surveillance video, what you can see is Riley Strain appearing to stumble and look a little disoriented. Now, this all started around 10 o'clock last Friday night when Riley Strain was here in town for a fraternity event with some of his fraternity brothers, as you were saying, at Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway. He was actually kicked out of the bar for being too intoxicated and told his fraternity brothers that he was going to walk back to the hotel. But that was in the opposite direction of where surveillance video has continued to catch him. And what we are continuing to see is that he is looking a little bit stumbly in each one of those. Now, the next morning, his fraternity brothers called 911 saying that they couldn't locate their friend since there has been no signs of Riley Strain. And as we move into what's been nearly a week since his disappearance, investigators are still looking for leads.
A lot of times it's recanvassing the area. It's looking for additional video. Sometimes you miss cameras on a building. Sometimes there may be a witness that maybe hasn't been working the past 3, 4, 5 days because maybe they've been on vacation or out of town or sick, and then they show up and, oh, well, I was working that night. So a lot of times it's recanvassing those areas because you never know when you'll find a witness that actually saw something.
We know that law enforcement are talking to people who live and frequent this area, a lot of the unhoused community, trying to get a better idea of who may have seen Riley Strain. They say so far there are no signs of foul play, no indications he was taken or put into a car. They're still waiting to receive extra information from his Apple Watch data and his phone. Reporting live in downtown Nashville, Adam Mitzer, News 2.
Adam, thank you. And you can find all of our reporting on Riley Strain at WKRN.com.
So at 9:50, what does it say? 9:56. They are looking. That's the last thing that they have. It's just like he evaporated. This is a mighty river, right? And he could be, if he is in the river, whether he fell in the river, whether he was thrown in the river, he could be so far down. The bar is only branded by his name. They rarely have much else to do with it. Yeah, it's owned by TC Restaurant Group and Luke's 32 Bridge. So it's probably like, they just make a cut probably of it. All right. Police are trying to pinpoint the last place Missouri college student Riley Strain was last seen by using his phone and Apple Watch. WSNW4 reported Strain, a University of Missouri student, was visiting Nashville with members of his fraternity for a group outing when he disappeared on March 8th after being asked to leave Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway. Police have released the video footage. Strain's friends told him he was heading back to the hotel when he was asked to leave the bar Friday night. However, video shows him walking up on 3rd Avenue North, turned onto Church Street, and then continuing to Gay Street before disappearing after a ping near James Robertson Parkway. Quote, the last contact with his friends was after he left Luke Bryan's Metro Nashville Police cold case, Sergeant Bob Nielsen said. Quote, I believe one of them tried to reach out to him. I don't remember if it was by phone or by text. I think he said he heard it sound like he was outside. So I guess someone did talk to him after they left, which is good. Sound like he was outside. He could hear a lot of loud noises outside, but couldn't get any information because he wasn't able to actually speak to him. What does that mean? What does that mean? The last contact with friends. Okay, I believe one of them tried to reach out to him. I don't remember if it was text. I think he said he heard it sound. Okay, well, you can't hear a text. You can't hear a text. I don't remember if it was by phone or by text. I think he said he heard it sounded like he was outside. He could hear a lot of loud noises outside, but couldn't get any more information because he wasn't able to actually speak to him. Okay, what am I missing? What am I missing? Yeah. So, look at this. The sergeant is saying this. I believe one of them tried. What do you mean you believe? One of them either tried or they didn't. I don't remember if it was by phone or by text. Well, it had to be by phone because you can't hear a text. I think he said he heard it sounded like he was outside. Okay, if he thinks it's outside, he could hear a lot of loud noise outside, but couldn't get any more information because so was it a call? All right. So was it a call? And then just Riley picked up and you could just hear like the outside? Is that what we're meaning? Phone could have been linked to his watch and he answered the watch. Could possibly, yes. That's an interesting point. That's an interesting point. That's a very interesting point, Marlena. Is this dispatch or one of his friends? One of his friends. Yeah, we need more care. Yes. Yes, you can, Justin. You can voice record, text message. Yeah. Yeah. But either way, it would have had to been an accident. Maybe it was loud outside and he couldn't hear him. It said he could hear a lot of loud noise outside. So he's saying that it's outside here. In the previous sentence, he's saying it sounds like it's outside, but couldn't get any more information because he wasn't able to actually speak to him. So it had to be like a butt dial, or he answered and didn't speak. Maybe he wasn't able to speak. I'm so glad. Thank you, Josh. I have it in blue too. So was it street noise? Yeah. He's saying it sounds like the street. Police have spent days scouring the downtown area for clues. Nielsen said they're digging through Strain's call log, text messages, and any location pings that could have gotten lost. Quote, some of the data we are still waiting on, Nielsen said. Quote, there's a legal process when you're getting some of this information. So sometimes it's multiple steps, and a lot of it depends on the company that you're trying to get the information, whether social media or cell phone company, end quote. Police are also looking for information on the Apple Watch Strain was wearing. A phone location specialist told WSMV4 that some of these cases, the company that created the phones or watches can track down more precise locations of the device before they turned off. Okay. Thank you. Dear honey, you have to tell me where you want me to play that. Patty sent me an email, and so did Honey Badger, but the one Honey Badger sent me, you'll have to give me like a timestamp. This is Dakota James. Now, remember, I did Evan Green. Okay. If you need my email here, I'll drop it. Night Mystic. Please, I'm still here. Okay. That's so weird. So weird. Right now, we've requested some of the information. We have done emergency pings and are just trying to get the information from them. So, like I was saying last night, if he is right there by the river and then the pings stop from the phone, from the watch, and we don't have any sign of Riley, none. We don't have him going. You don't see him any other place in this city that we are aware of, at least the public. I mean, to me, it's extremely likely that unfortunately he's in that river. Had to be. We had 2 tourists down here in Barbados yesterday, just like that. You're in Barbados? I'm so jealous. Yeah. I mean, like right here. Not, I mean, what, 100 feet or so behind him in this photo right here. The river is right behind him. Isn't Rihanna from Barbados? Barbados. It's weird that so many people around, no one saw him go in the water. No one heard splashing or commotion. Maybe it's loud around there though. The thing is, it is weird that nobody saw him go into the water, because there's a lot of people around there, right? But oh yeah, she is. But it's not drowning it's actually not loud. People thinks drowning, it's kind of like on television. There's like help, help, and you're constantly splashing. It's actually very quiet because you can't breathe. And so you can't scream. You might splash for a few seconds, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Okay. All right. Here's about, which I think I have this pulled up already. Thank you for emailing that, Pink Dancing Queen. All right. So here's the woman calls podcast to share potentially vital clue into Riley Strain's disappearance. See right here? Can you see this? This is the lake, or the river, rather. Right here. What, 100 feet behind him? Make it bigger. See the shiny? Yeah. You can't fight. Yeah, that's true. He already possibly had a concussion. Yes. That if he did have a concussion, why would she not call into the police? I don't know, Mohawk. Hopefully she did. Call the police first and foremost, always. Riley Strain was last seen at just before 10 p.m. when he was kicked out of Luke Bryan's downtown Nashville, Luke's 32 Bridge. All right. Let me get to the part. So far, dozens of leads have been called in to Crime Stoppers hotline, and people have assured Strain's family and the public that they are following all leads. But perhaps the most interesting lead, and possibly the most crucial, came through a phone call in which a woman claimed to have seen a homeless man wearing a shirt that resembled the one Riley was last seen wearing the night he disappeared. On Thursday, March 14th, a woman named Sabrina called into the Pascal Show, an entertainment and variety podcast also on YouTube. Sabrina told the host, Pascal, that she regularly serves meals to the homeless community on Nashville. Quote, on Sunday, when I was feeding the homeless down by the Cumberland River, what they call Tent City, we were handing out our water and food. There was a young man on a bicycle who had extremely dirty hands, brown shoes, and had on a half zip up hoodie that was very dirty, Sabrina explained. And he had on a clean collared white shirt with a dark colored pocket on it. Now, Riley, what he was wearing definitely was a unique shirt. It's not a shirt. Okay, Virgo, I'll check. You'll have to let me know in just 1 second. But it's definitely a unique type shirt. Um, she went on to share that she had seen this man before and noticed that this time this stark white shirt stood out against his other filthy clothing. And this is the shirt he was wearing, right? Last seen wearing square-toed boots, blue jeans, and a black and white button-up shirt. As seen above, Riley is 6'6", 165 pounds, with blonde hair and brown eyes. He is extremely tall and extremely skinny. Um, I would definitely have thought that too, but no police in sight on the footage. All right. In fact, the shirt stood out so much to Sabrina that she pointed it out to another woman. that was working alongside her, saying, quote, "He must have got a new shirt," end quote. When she saw the news about Riley's disappearance later that night, Sabrina reached out to her friend and asked if she remembered the homeless man that had been wearing the shirt similar to Riley, and asked if she had taken a photo. The friend looked through the pictures from the day but didn't see the man. The woman reached out to another volunteer in hopes of finding the photo. The colleague had taken a photo but only had captured the homeless man from the back. Sabrina pointed out during the interview that the homeless man should be easy for authorities to find due to the fact that he has a bicycle, and that she was able to give a fairly detailed description of him. The source shared that she called the non-emergency phone number listed online. She spoke with a woman at the police department who transferred her to someone else. The transfer went directly to a voicemail, and the time of the podcast reporting, Sabrina said she hadn't heard back from the department. At the time, as of press time, the Metro Nashville Police Department hasn't addressed Sabrina's claim. This is a developing story. So, interesting. Hmm. Uh, uh, oh, okay. So this is like it's a Garth Brooks shirt. I was going to ask that. I was like, what brand of shirt is this? Um, Diane Silliman, are you asking or telling someone was found? What's Diane saying? Hey Donna, good to see you. You sent another one? Okay, let me look, Virgo. 2130. 2130. Give me 1 second. Honey, that's about Madeline Soto that you sent me. That's about Madeline Soto. We're not talking about Madeline Soto right now. Too many cases to keep. It's ridiculous. Right? I mean, it's bad. I personally haven't seen that shirt around before, but since Garth has a place coming, I don't know. I mean, I can see that as a Garth Brooks shirt. Yes, if y'all haven't hit that thumbs up button, please hit that thumbs up button. Case from 10 years ago about a young man that left a Pitts, Pennsylvania bar that went missing. He was found in the river a few days later. Oh, I haven't heard of that. I mean, I might have heard of it, but not that I really recall. Let's go to the group 1 second. Riley, if you haven't joined the Facebook group, I would, and you're following this case closely, Riley Strain missing Nashville, Tennessee. There's 23,000 in 8 days. That is amazing that people are following it this closely. All right, let's see if there's any new information out here. This is him. His family did confirm that he was running into the pole. Prayers they find him. Sad. Riley Strain's search. Strain's father shares latest. Oh, okay, let's watch this. If his father is talking, that would be great. Riley Strain's father speaks. Okay, yes, let's watch this, y'all.
It starts with family at Lake of the Ozarks Harley-Davidson. Ride with people you trust. Come check out the new merchandise and visit our showroom today. With the new 2024 models now in stock, it's the dawn of a
new age. Come, skip, mother.
Path that night. We know he left Luke Bryan's bar at about 9:40. I then found new surveillance video today that confirms he crossed the street here and made his way up 3rd Avenue.
His disappearance gripping the nation. Riley's father telling me his son got separated from his friends while getting kicked out of Luke Bryan's bar.
He was put out of the bar by himself, and there was a time that went by that his friend wasn't able to get out.
Okay, so this is his father.
We believe they were taking care of their bar tab or whatnot. By the time they got outside, he just wasn't there any longer.
Luke Bryan posting, "Y'all, this is scary."
Why did it freeze? For what? Come on. He's not a small kid. Probably would definitely notice him. He's going to be heads above people. You know what I mean? Let me restart this. I don't know why it froze.
Howdy, y'all. This is Clay Cooper, and I want to welcome you to the live show.
Thank you, Clay. Just give me 10 seconds. He looks like his dad. Yeah, must have been crowded. And they said it was particularly crowded that night. Particularly crowded.
Night. We know he left Luke Bryan's bar at about 9:40. I then found new surveillance video today that confirms he crossed the street here and made his way up 3rd Avenue.
His disappearance gripping the nation. Riley's father telling me his son got separated from his friends while getting kicked out of Luke Bryan's bar.
He was put out of the bar by himself, and there was a time that went by that his friend wasn't able to get out. We believe they were taking care of their bar tab or whatnot. By the time they got outside, he just wasn't there any longer.
Luke Bryan posting, "Y'all, this is scary," praying for his safe return. Luke's 32 Bridge Bar hasn't responded to our request to share their surveillance video of Riley with the public. They did give it to police, but Riley's family tells me they haven't seen it from detectives either.
They're not really telling us a lot. You know, if they have more, they're keeping it tight-lipped right now.
The Old Red Bar across from Luke Bryan's also confirming they have video of Riley crossing the street and are only sharing it with investigators. This security video from the Escape game room on 3rd Ave shows what appears to be Riley walking by. You can then see him running onto Church Street and then slamming into a pole in this parking lot. Another video then shows Riley stumbling up 1st Avenue towards Gay Street near the river, holding his head. His phone last pinged near Public Square Park at 9:58, according to his family. They tell me detectives do have more videos showing Riley near the James Robertson Parkway Bridge, but then that's it. There's no trace of Riley after that.
There's not been any activity on his banking accounts.
Riley's parents tell me they believe he could have been drugged. Questions are also surfacing about what responsibility the bars may have in all this. The TABC tells Fox 17 News there are no specific laws governing businesses escorting out intoxicated patrons or giving them assistance in getting home. But it is against state law to serve alcohol to someone who is already visibly intoxicated. The TABC is investigating whether that happened to Riley.
And Riley's family tells me
they
the
gave me
United
one
Cajun
beer.
Navy is on standby, ready again to help search the river as soon as investigators give them a better idea of where exactly to search along the waterline at this point. I'm Kelly Avellino for Fox 17 News, your Code Red station. He tells me the United...
I want to go back to a couple things here. Couple things. All right. So, Donna, but when he ran, he wasn't running like but when he ran, he wasn't running like someone drunk. That's a good point. But also, I mean, did he start running as soon as he got out the door at the bar? Like, it's so weird. Now his parents say there's something very wrong with him. Yes. Now his parents say that he could have definitely been drugged. That's alarming. There's a couple
They
things
have video of Riley crossing the street and are only sharing it with investigators.
right here. I think it
This
is.
security video from the Escape game room on 3rd Ave
Okay, so you can't really see
shows
very
what
good
appears
here.
to be Riley walking by. You can then
Now this is where
see
he hits
him
his head.
running onto Church Street and then slamming into a pole in this parking lot. Another video then shows Riley stumbling up First Avenue
He looks
towards
really
Gay
bad
Street.
here. Now look at him here. He looks bad here. He looks in trouble here. In trouble. Really in trouble here. Look at this kid. That's sad.
It's Gay towards getting up First. Another video then shows
Look at him.
Riley stumbling up First Avenue towards Gay Street.
He is visibly hunched over, bent over, right? And he's holding his head. And he's looking down. He may have hit oh yeah, he hit his head hard.
Towards Gay Street near the river, this parking lot. Another video then shows Riley stumbling up First Avenue
Watch
towards
him.
Gay Street near the river. Holds Riley stumbling up First Avenue towards Gay Street near the river. Stumbling up First Avenue towards Gay. Another video then shows Riley stumbling up First Avenue
He's
towards Gay
limping.
Street near the river, holding his head.
But the thing is,
Street near the
he's not staggering. He's not staggering. He's walking pretty straight. Wonder if he left a trail of blood. When your head bleeds, even a small cut can leave a lot. It bleeds quite a bit, right? Joy Jones, thank you for 1 month, my dear. Thank you. I really do appreciate you, Joy. Means so much to me. Really does. Yeah, he's walking straight. Yeah. His hands look bloody too. Boy, this is
towards Gay Street.
let's see here.
Stumbling up.
Can I slow that? Oh shit. Can I slow this down? It doesn't have one of those.
First Avenue towards Gay Street near the river.
See right here.
Avenue towards.
Wait.
And then slamming into a pole in this parking lot. Another video then shows
Watch him how I wish I could slow this down. When he gets about right here, he's grabbing his head, and then you can tell right about the pole he's looking.
Riley stumbling up First Avenue towards Gay Street near the river, holding his head. He's
in trouble. He's in trouble there. The shadow makes it hard to tell if in fact it is blood on his head. I mean, something is wrong with him there. Why is he running though? Why is he running? Is he just intoxicated? Is he hallucinating even before he hits his head? Does he not know Nashville streets? He definitely doesn't know Nashville streets. I would think not. No. Maybe he went into the water to wash the blood. Concussion, I guarantee it from the look. I mean, he hit really hard.
They're keeping it.
Ryan's also confirming the street, sharing it with a security video from the escape game room on 3rd Ave, shows what appears to be Riley walking by. You can then see him running onto Church Street and then slamming into a pole in this parking lot. Another in this parking lot. And slamming and running onto Church Street and then slamming into a pole in this parking lot.
Look at this. Let me show you. Not only is that a pole there, but that's a cement pillar with a light pole. In a hurry to get to the hotel. But what is the hurry? You understand? Like, usually when people are drunk, they're intoxicated, they're not running to get somewhere, right? They're stumbling to get somewhere. He tripped over something and then hit. Maybe he knows he's about to really pass out and he's trying to get back to the place where he's staying. I mean, I think if you're running, you're not gonna like pass out. Wonder if they use scent dogs on the path he was on. I'm sure they've tried at least. He looked the other way and didn't see the pole. Let's look at. All right, let's look at this. Okay. I'm gonna pop me down here and we're gonna look at this.
Another video then shows.
Oh, that's not it. Shit. Sorry. This one's not the clear one. Where is it at? This poor guy. No one stopped to check on him after he fell. It's very odd, but maybe we are overthinking possibly unless I am not aware of any details. Perhaps, but I just don't understand. What I don't understand is why is he running from what? He's going in the opposite direction. He's going in the opposite direction. Yeah, drunk people don't normally run. Hey, Robin, good to see you, honey. Do you think maybe he saw someone who looked like one of his friends and he was running to catch up with them? Just a thought. Potentially. Potentially. For his mom's sake, I hope he's recovered. God, I do too. I do too, man. Let's see this. Someone just asked this. I know if this has probably already been asked, but have they used search and rescue dogs? I know with the time that has gone by, that the rain, it's a long shot, but it's a shot. I just apologize if this has been asked or answered. The resources have been reviewed, but it's just in case that they were overlooked. I want to share WSMV had a few high def cameras, different angles at the bank of the Cumberland down. That's interesting. That's a good thing if they had that. Something's wrong here. Okay, this is it. This is it. Have these officers check the dash cams. No, that's not it. I just think it's clear, very clear, that whether there is foul play going on or it's just an accident, he's in that river. Just guessing thing, but maybe jumped before the sight of him running and falling a pole. But he could have been hit or punched before the camera caught him. I mean, the only thing I could think of is if he's mad or, like that he got kicked out, that he's, could he have gotten it's a potential. Is it probable though that he could have, got into it with someone on the street before we see him falling? Francis, yeah, we looked at that video, but I don't know if it's two people walking down the street together and then he comes out embarrassed and ran out. He panicked, not thinking straight, lost, doesn't know the area alone, etc. Guys, hit that thumbs up, please. Please. Greatly appreciate it. It's a way that gets these stories out. Everyone, please hit that thumbs up. Yes, thank you. Appreciate it. Afraid of next friend. He's before the people walking. Thank you, Donna. Thank you so much. Looks like you panicked. Yeah, it's something just wrong here. Unless we just are not understanding. I mean, his dad said that it's possible that he could have been drugged. But where would he have been drugged at? He had one drink at the bar in at Luke Bryan's place, right? And okay, thank you. I see what someone sent this to me. So this is Dakota James, and he was in Pittsburgh. This is in 2019. He was 23-year-old, a university student. There are days you just have to learn to put a smile on your face. I have other people in my life, and I've to be braver. Dakota's mother, Pam James, said Dakota would want me to be brave. So on January 25th, 2017, he left friends after a night at Liberty Avenue in downtown Pittsburgh and headed home on the north side. The last known picture of him alive was taken from a surveillance camera in the cultural district, and he walked through Katz Plaza and down an alley towards Fort DeQueesney Boulevard. And this is that photo. The official theory is that Dakota crossed the boulevard and went down the steps from Clement Bridge to urinate along the Allegheny River. Interesting. The evidence indicates he may have fallen into the water, and that time of year with the water temperatures, you only have a couple of minutes before you go into shock, and that's that, said Allegheny County District Attorney Stephen Zapla. When Pam James got the call that her son was missing, she says she immediately knew something was wrong. Quote, I thought Dakota was in trouble, she said, I never would believe that he would walk across to a river and go down to pee and fall in. I just knew that something had happened. I honestly believe Dakota was picked up when he came out of the alley. Pam and her husband, Jeff James, temporarily moved from their home in Frederick, Maryland to Pittsburgh to spearhead searches and plead with authorities to do more. 5 days after Dakota was last seen, police accepted their missing person report. It took them 5 days. It was during those first few days of the search that the James family learned from one of Dakota's friends that something like this had happened to him before. He was drugged and someone tried to abduct him 6 weeks before, said Pam. Wow. Retired New York City Police detectives Kevin Gannon thinks Dakota was drugged again the night he disappeared. Quote, I believe he was drugged like our other victims, abducted off the street, held for a period of time before they unalived him, and then placed him in the water, Gannon said. Gannon leads a group of investigators looking into a series of mysterious deaths of young men across the country who have disappeared and were later found in a body of water. Wow. They've dubbed them the work of the, quote, smiley face killers, end quote, since smiley face graffiti is found either near or where the bodies went into the water or where they are found. Now, correct, this isn't to be, night, Amy, honey, love you. This isn't to be confused with um, the smiley face serial killer, is it? That's interesting. Dakota's body was found in the Ohio River near Interstate 79 bridge over Neville Island 40 days after he disappeared. 40 days. The Allegheny County medical examiner ruled Dakota's death an accidental drowning. But when forensic pathologist Dr. Cyril Recht reviewed the autopsy findings at the request of Detective Gannon and the James family, he raised some red flags about whether it was indeed an accident. Quote, there was very little decomposition internally and externally. It did not look like a body that had been in the river for 7 weeks, Wedge said. Pam James also points out that there was no scratch marks on Dakota's face or hands. Gannon added, there is no way that a body could travel 10 miles through a dam 40 days and be that pristine. It's impossible. I've seen hundreds of these cases, and I'm telling you, that does not make sense, end quote. The detective and Wretch said, contend that Dakota's body went into the river beyond the violent waters of the Emsworth Dam on the back channel of the river. There's nothing at all on the body that suggests he had gone through a dam. His body wasn't swollen. He couldn't have been in the water for 40 days, said Pam. Yes. So I've worked in funeral homes, and the worst that I have ever seen, ironically, is with a dam. A guy got stuck in like the dam grate, and he was pretty much his whole body was degloved pretty much, and your skin absorbs the water, and oh, it's bad. It's really bad. So if he wasn't swollen or anything, I don't see. Oh, be careful, Rockin' Robin. It appears someone grabbed him. He broke free and ran into that pool. I don't know, Christina. It's something's weird here. You know, unless his behavior is because of a substance, an alcohol, a substance of some sort. If he was drugged. Okay, Trina, thank you. I'm going to eat this whole block of cream cheese. That proves I need a break from true crime. I know. Join the club. Join the club. As the James family worked with detectives over the past few months, Oxygen Channel cameras followed along for the new docuseries called The Hunt for Justice. At the family's request, the district attorney gave them the autopsy report complete with pictures, and they quickly focused on one in particular. In the photo, Gannon says they were looking at the back of the neck, and there is ligature marks on the back furrow of his neck. You have to take it as tangible scientific evidence of ligature around the neck, Rich said. However, what is seen in the picture is not mentioned in the autopsy report. That's a problem. Gannon said this was clearly evidence of some type of ligature device. But Rich said there is no internal damage to the neck structure as reported in the autopsy report. So I'm not able to say that that he was strangled to be unalived, but there was something around the neck. And there was blood pooled in fingers of both Dakota's hands, which Rich said could result from tying to pull a ligature away from the neck. The investigators and the James family then went back to the DA. Pam says he believed we had something that could be looked into, but the DA says after he sent one of the homicide detectives to the medical examiner's office, they concluded that there was no ligature marks. So what are the marks on Dakota's neck? Zappala says it was dried blood that washed off during the autopsy. There are two pictures, he says. One where blood came out of the nose and the mouth and pulled around the neck. There was a second pictures where the neck is clean and there is no ligature marks, and that's what the medical examiner is telling me too. Pam James refuses to believe that. You tell me that if he was in the river for 40 days, how doesn't that wash off? He comes out of the river and has ligature marks, and then you take him to the medical examiner's office and they wash off. Dried blood doesn't stay on when you're in the water for 40 days, she said. And why does he have pooling in his fingers? I don't believe that. I absolutely don't believe that, she says. I don't see how. There is no way that he could have been in there 40 days. If he was almost in good condition, even if uh, it was cold water, in 40 days, you're going to decompose greatly in water. Let's see here. When the James family reached out to the wretch to help in the case, he told them that he believed he could use the medical examiner's autopsy report, reach his own conclusion. So the James family had Dakota cremated, which means there is now no possibility of re-examining his body. And now I regret all that, said Pam. I trusted the system, and now I have to live with that regret. Damn. As for the smiley face killer theory, the DA, Rich, and Pam James all doubt that there are serial killers at work, but they do believe they think foul play is involved. I lean toward copycat. I don't know what I want to give them a name yet. Pat James said, could it be a cult? An Ignatian thing? It's something very evil is what it is. Gannon said that there are still enough unanswered questions in Dakota's case for police to take a second look. There is no reason that the police wouldn't reopen the case if there's something happened. Gannon said, forget about the smiley faces and the other graffiti that we found at the scene. It just doesn't make sense. Wow, that's crazy. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It's getting late. Justin, does a deceased body found in water bloat? Yes. Sure does. It will bloat. It absolutely will. You do not stop. So the only you just can't stop decomposition. It's just a chemical unless there is unless it is chemically preserved, embalmed, and even embalmed bodies, if they're not really good embalmed, will decay over time. Now you can embalm really good, and I mean, even embalming people will last quite a long time. But if they're embalmed really good, then they will last a long time. I already ate a whole carton of chocolate this week. I have to stop. Why not? Frozen. Yes, you can preserve someone in frozen, extreme temperatures, or arid, really dry. But heat, particularly, and moisture are not friends of the dead. What was the temperature of the water that should affect the decompression? Yes. And it will virtually, it'll slow it down if it's cooler water. It'll slow it down some, but 40 days and going through a dam, yeah, it's sorry, you're funny. Do not binge eat like me. I'm a binge eater. Look at Kylie Rodney. Wasn't she under the water for 6 weeks? They said she was badly decomposed. It depends on the water as well. I mean, that would have been a much warmer temperature. There's a difference in moving water, major difference in moving water and stagnant, what we would consider stagnant water. No, Benson, never experienced paranormal. Not per se. Not per se. The only paranormal that I've ever experienced, which I don't even know if it's considered paranormal, but it was when it was June 15th, 2022, when I was at my hotel room in Rogersville, actually Kingsport, and that's when the like the dime and the penny fell from the shower. That's the only thing. And then when I was live after that, a few hours later, and I was talking shit about Tim Mullins when I was live, and people's like, who are you talking to? The dime penny, yeah. And I was like, what the hell are y'all talking about? And they said, someone's talking to you. And I'm like, no. And it was the 110. Yeah, Stephanie. Yep. But that's the I've never really believed in the paranormal kind of stuff. But that kind of made me a believer. You remember that bucket list? Yeah. That was crazy. Ziggy's like, breaking news. Because, Ziggy, she's all into the paranormal stuff. She's like, reading your cards and everything. She's like, oh my God, I'm going live. She's like, guys, y'all got to hear this. But what really, I mean, we were down at the horse pond, and that was crazy. It's also painful. Meanwhile, my grandkids are saying, oh, what you really know. Oh, thank you, Charlie B. Is that lab step? Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep, that lab is still up. It's under Ziggy she clipped it, but it's from June 15th, 2022. I don't know. I think it's I mean, not really. You live here, us believe in the afterlife. My kids' friends wouldn't go past the front door after spending the night. Oh, really, baby kisses? I mean, like my grandmother, she was in her 80s when she died, but a few years like I don't know, maybe 10 years before she died, she never believed in anything. And my grandmother, I'm not just saying it, but she was a saint. She would not cuss, she never drank, she never smoked, she didn't gossip, she didn't do nothing, right? And she wouldn't lie or anything. Like nothing. And one time her and my aunt was on this country road, and it was like a one-lane road, and you had to kind of pull over to let someone by. And they saw like this old 1950s or 40s something like car. So they pulled over. It was coming around a curve. You could see like the curve, and they pulled over, and they were waiting on it, and they kept waiting. So, well, where's that car at? Kept waiting. And my aunt's like, Mama, do you see that? And she's like, yeah. And there was no possible way that car could have turned off on a different road, turned off on a driveway, nothing. And that is when I actually started kind of, because I know my grandmother, she was my best friend in the entire world. And she was just a saint. And I knew if her and my aunt saw that, then something is out there, right? I'm swearing. If swearing burned calories, I'd be skinny AF. Me too. Me too. Yeah, me too. Car probably went off the road. There you go. No, it didn't, Mohawk. Because actually, where it was at, it's a field on both sides of the road. TMZ has the video footage from Riley left the car, and it does appear that he exited the back of the bar. Really? Let's look at that. Hold on, let's see the nightlife here right now. Give me 1 second, y'all. We'll look at TMZ in just a second. I gotta go to bed soon. It's so clear. Did that say Alaska? We can look at Alaska. Is it daylight? Not yet. Pretty soon it's going to be like daylight all the time in Alaska. Pretty soon, right? Sorry. All right, TMZ. It's probably under the news. Huh. Let me just type in his name. How about that? Riley Strain. Ouch. Where'd it go? Oh, y'all aren't even looking at the damn one I'm looking at. I'm sorry. Luke Bryant, Nashville bar says it only served Riley Strain one drink. Do they not got show missing Riley Strain running falling? We've got the running and falling one, but let's see if this will do it. Maybe. One second. Oh, this is a much better video of that, guys. Oh, wow. Hold on. Not this one, but the next one. I just kind of took a sneak peek. Look at this. It's coming up. It's coming up. No, it's one up. They slow it down there, but no, I want to show you this one. Let me find it. Here we go. There he is. Now watch this. Oh my God. It's even worse than I thought, guys. He fell in that river. Oh, that poor kid. That's sad. Look at that. Look at that. Oh no. Hold on. Look at this right here. This watching him as he's walking down here, it just keeps getting worse. That poor kid. Look at this. Can I slow it down? The best. Watch him. He's really stumbling. Question. Is the back of his shirt? He's limping and he's hurt really bad. That's really sad. Hurt and drunk, like in pain. Yeah. When he gets right down through here, it's bad. He's in a bad shape. bad shape. I wonder if they talked to that guy. And then, I mean, let's look where he hit his head here. He planted right into there. Oh, God. Did bike guy notice him? That's what I was wondering. Did they find him? No, they didn't find him in the river. I do not think he was drunk at all. But look, it just, like, the further he gets down here, the worse it gets. You know, when he was down there at the bridge or next to the river, I wonder when he was looking at those two ladies, was he trying to check out the bike? Yeah. Hold on. Oh, crap.
The CPAP machine that is helping.
Crap. 1 second. I have to go through that again. Just 1 second, y'all. That's really sad. Very sad. The bike guy noticed him for sure. Yeah. They reported he only had 1 drink and 2 waters. He may have slipped something. Oh, here's others. Here's where he's coming. This is right at the river. See how he's like, you see when he does that right there? Like he's reaching out for something. Does he see something? I mean, like, see how he's in bad shape. This is when you can tell these two ladies are like, huh. Yeah, but he just didn't know. But see, here he's not like
If it's
like he's not walking. Let's see if I can do this. How does he go from what I don't understand? How does he go from he's running and then he's limping and then I don't know. Never mind. It's like his legs gave out or something. His knee buckled. He stays there a while. But this is the one that's really gets me is this one right here. This was at 9:45:59 p.m. 3/8/24. See that up in the right screen? 9:45:58. Where is that timeline? Damn it, where's that timeline? Okay. Between 9:55 and 10 o'clock, Strain's last phone ping was near James Robertson Parkway and Gay Street. Detectives said the last phone conversation Strain had was with one of his friends, was also during that same period. So, hold on. So, did he talk to? Did the lady give a description what the homeless guy was wearing? That's weird. The lady said the guy with the shirt was a guy on a white bike with black handlebars and with a guy pulling a wagon. You can see the guy pulling a wagon in the video too. Really? Let's watch this. Let me make me smaller. All right, here it is. He's in bad shape. Bad shape. The bike is an electric bike. That's like 10 minutes after falling, right? Yes. Yeah, because the timeline, let me show you. "9:45 surveillance video from downtown smoke and vape shop on Church Street caught Riley stumbling and falling in a parking lot at 3rd Avenue and Church Street. 2 minutes later, 9:47, surveillance video caught Strain walking 1st Avenue north to Gay Street. 7 minutes later, 9:55 to 10 o'clock. Strain's last phone ping was near James Robertson Parkway and Gay Street. Detectives said the last phone conversation Strain had was one of his friends was also during that same period. According to the police, the phone pinged about a 2-mile radius and didn't give them a direction of travel or more detailed information about where Strain might have gone. That's interesting. What is even in the direction he's walking? He's walking farther away. Yes, he's walking further away. Yep. Sure is. He's walking. Seems pretty sure. He's walking. Yeah, he's walking at the bridge to the bridge. He could have done brain damage if hard. Oh, absolutely, Joy. Yes, absolutely. Yep. Yep. Why couldn't they get a direction of travel that because it was a 2-mile the ping, it was like a 2-mile radius. Did you see the person walking behind that traffic blockade when he was walking strange? Yes. Yeah, I think I noticed that person, but there was another person with him. It's like he was waiting for someone. I personally don't think where's that at? Say, let me find it. Hold on. Here it is. Let me see.
Activity on his banking accounts.
Riley's parents tell me they believe he could have been drugged. Questions are also surfacing about what responsibility the bars may have in all this. The TABC tells Fox 17 News there are no specific laws governing businesses escorting out intoxicated patrons or giving them assistance in getting home. But it is against state law to serve alcohol to someone who is intoxicated. Happened to Riley. And Riley's family game room on 3rd Ave shows what appears peace, but Riley's family tells me they
Okay, this is where he's walking across. This is the last place he's seen.
haven't seen it from detectives either.
They're not really telling us a lot. If they have more, they're keeping it tight-lipped right now.
The Old Red Bar across from Luke Bryan's also confirming they have video of Riley crossing the street and are only sharing it with investigators.
Yes,
This
Robin,
security video from the Escape game room on 3rd Ave shows what appears to be Riley walking by. You can then see him running onto Church Street and then slamming into a pole in this parking lot. Another video then shows Riley stumbling up First Avenue towards Gay Street near the river, holding his head. His phone last pinged near Public Square Park at 9:58, according to his family. They tell me detectives do have more videos showing Riley near the James.
Okay, let's look. Let me look up. Let me see if I can get this on Google Earth. Let me look at something. Public Square Park, Nashville. So we're going to look for Public Square Park. Okay. Public Square Park. Come on, take me there. Why is it not zooming? Okay, here's public. Okay. Public Square Park. Right here. Right? Let me see if we can get. Let me take this off. Okay. I need some street names here. Okay, there we go. Can y'all see this? Okay. Here's Union. Where is Gay Street at? Okay, here's Gay Street. Okay. All right. Here is Gay Street. Riverfront Park. Is that what they mean? Riverfront Park? Or is it? Let me see here. She confused the hell out of me. I had to look myself. Yeah, I know she did. So here's Gay Street Musical Hall of Fame Museum. This is Nashville Park. Nashville Park. Let me read this, what it says again. Close some of these. Okay. Strain's last one was James. Ping was near James Robertson Parkway and Gay Street. James Robertson Parkway. James Robertson Here's Gay Street. President James K. Polk. James Robertson Parkway. This has got to be the Parkway. Has to be. In Gay Street. So it's got to be somewhere right through here. Auditorium. Capitol Towers. Charlotte Avenue. Victory Park. Gathering spot with a spacious lawn. It says. Huh. Okay, here's Gay Street. Okay, and this is the Parkway. Yeah, here we go. Let's look at the road here. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so there's a wall here. I need to go the other way, but I just want to see something here. Fences. Dilapidated buildings, right? The big loop. Okay, thank you, Ava. Okay. Here's the Parkway. Okay, so look like here's under the bridge. That's you can see the river down here. Make myself smaller. Right, you can see the river. Top Golf Tower is way on the other side. Look at the tower. Angela in the statement from the establishment where he was thrown out. My brother lived in Cap. Okay. I saw Capitol Towers there. Okay. So it's like it's so weird. I mean, there's so much brush and stuff here, right? I mean, how would he fall from unless he fell over the bridge? The river is really oh, it's very muddy. Yeah. Take us to where the electric bike was, please. The electric bike. I don't know where that electric bike was. Where did it say? See if I can videos here. Let me see if I can play it. Does anyone know the address of where it was? He's very skinny. Church Street, is that where it was? Here, let's back up here. Here's Gay Street. That's Gay Street too. This is Gay. This is Second. 3rd. (200) Church Street. Thank you so much. Bicentennial Park. This one. Let's see. Okay, this is 200 Church Street. There's a bike. Yep, that's it. That's definitely it. So we had to be walking this way. Okay, this is 2nd. So would he have went? He would have went straight. To the right is where he fell. I gotcha. He would have fell. Here's the parking lot. Is this the lot that he fell in? That can't be the lot, is it? Back where the last clip of the video. Yeah, that's not where he fell because it had to be further than that. But did he come down through here? Yeah, okay. Okay, this is where he's seen walking across. This is it. This is seen where he's walking across. This is where he sees the 2 ladies. Right here. Look how close he fell in that river. He was in bad shape. He fell in that river. Look at that, guys. There it is. That's it. Water right there. Yep. There's a few spots with no railing. Let's look. He crossed right there. He's staggering. Let's go down just a little bit here. Well, look down there. Can y'all see down there? It looks like it's... I wonder if I can get a better view if I go down like this. Hold on. Look at that. See that? Wow. Let's go over this bridge, maybe. Something's really bad here. He's almost 7. Oh, yeah, he's tall. I wonder when this was taken, too. Well, shut. Sorry. Area monitor 24-hour police video camera. No trespassing government property. I mean, he could have fell off this bridge right here, you know? You just don't know. You just don't know. Let's look up here just to see what we're looking at. Oh, look here. He could have fell over that. You know, he could have just been trying to sit on the wall even. Right? And fell over. Darcy, thank you so much for gifting a membership, my dear. That is so kind of you. Thank you, Darcy. I appreciate it. If you received that membership, please thank our sweet Darcy. Sit and lean accent, yeah. I mean, look, there's the river. I mean, this guy's 7 feet. It's close to 7 feet tall, right? He's 6.5 feet tall. Over 6.5 feet. So look at that mighty river, y'all. Look at that. That's insane. Amen. Get them help. Get them help. Please. It's not Tar Heel. Hold on. He went there to have a good time. Nobody thinks they're going to end up dead. Does it have a current? Absolutely. I think this is most likely not foul play either. But, you know, it still needs to be investigated. There's the Nissan Stadium, home of Tennessee Titans. Right? But, I mean, this, okay. Let's look at this for a second. Look at this. How tall is this? 4 feet? Right? 3.5, 4 feet, something like that. And look, this man is 6.5 feet. That is really low. That needs to be higher, that bridge. No. 4 feet, 6 inches. And look at this. I mean, that's nothing. That's literally nothing. That's really sad, y'all. It even looks tinier down here than it does up here. I don't know, maybe it's just the way the camera is, but look over here. Hold on. What is this over here? Is that like a... What are these? Is that like a sidewalk you can walk on? Joy, if I can't leave, you can't either. I'm just kidding. Good night, honey. Thank you, Joy. It looks dangerous and nasty. It looks like, yeah, like some type of dock looking sidewalk. You can walk right on the river. He looked like he could have stumbled down the ramp. Notice. Yeah, but I'm like, he could have fell right off of that. Let me see if I can just get a little bit of a. It looks like there's a fence right there, but we don't know how the hell he, to me, this bridge is most likely, but and that's nothing. I can tomorrow I can get the specs on this bridge. We can get the specs on it. Our tax dollars pay for it, right? Have they searched the river? Yeah, but this, I mean, this is 8 days ago. Now we're in 9. It's muddy. What's the name of this river? I can't even think of the name, y'all. Doesn't it start with a C? Lean over the bridge to get sick and then fall. Yeah. Cumberland. Yes, thank you. Cumberland River. Yeah. I wonder what some facts about the Cumberland River is. Let's see here. Let me check something. That's very helpful. Thank you for whoever gave me that address. That Cumberland River, Nashville. Cumberland River is 688-mile long river. Drains almost 18,000 square miles from southern Kentucky to north central Tennessee. The river flows generally west from a source from the Appalachian Mountains, and its confluence with the Ohio near, is it Pacha? I think it's Pacho. It's an Indian name. Kentucky. In the mouth of the Tennessee River, major tributaries including Obey, Caney Fork, Stones, and Red Rivers. The river system has been extensively altered for flood control. Major dams impound areas of both the main stem and many of its important tributaries. This is interesting. Barge traffic on the Cumberland River. Oh, it's got even, oh. So there's barges and stuff that travels this river. You're full of information, Mohawk. You're like a dictionary, and I appreciate you. I watched the Nug and Adam dive in the river, and they said the current was strong. Yeah, Renda, we was reading about that and talking about that earlier. Thank you, my dear. Dakota Bingham went missing there and was found in the river like 7 months later, I think. Damn. Mohawk does know a lot. Mohawk's like my little. Instead of I say Alexa, I say Mohawk. Mohawk. This is interesting. Discharge. About 31 miles from the mouth. Average is 37,200 250 cubic feet a second of water. Minimum 6,085 cubic square feet a second. Maximum 209,000 cubic feet second. That is incredible. Oh, it starts in Harlan, Kentucky. I think. It says something about Harlan, Kentucky. Wow. My memory is like database. Not sure if it's a curse or great. Oh, crap, I almost exited out. My memory is like a goldfish. I don't know if I'm coming or going. And I'm constantly hitting the glass against it. So that's me. A cubic foot is 7.5 gallons. So that would be 7.5 times, it says 1,055 meters a second. That's how much it's pushing out on the average. Thomas Walker of Virginia in 1758 named the river, but whether for the Duke of Cumberland or the English country of Cumberland is not known. The Cumberland River was called, I don't know what the hell you call it. Wasioto. You can kiss my Wasioto. How about that? How deep? I don't know. Doesn't say. Let's look. How deep is Cumberland River? The average depth is 90 feet. I'm 5'1". Anything over my neck is deep. I'm 5'8" or 9. So that's pretty deep. The average is 90 feet. That's deep. I just Googled it. The Cumberland River is 688-mile long river that drains almost 18,000 square miles of southern Kentucky and northern Tennessee. The river has an average depth of 90 feet, but the waters in Cumberland River Gorge reach depths up. But the waters in the Cumberland River Gorge reach depths up to 400 feet. Did you see my theory? I didn't. I'm sorry. 400 feet? Yeah. Lighthouses on each side. East side. They have lighthouses on a river? Hey, Estelle. How are you, honey? It might be hard for parents, but it'll be able to see the possibilities in not knowing anything. I just think it's a freak accident. I think it's most likely a freak accident. Yeah. I think him falling really changed things up. It's very possible, Marlena. I don't know if there's any more dams that flow down that way. But if there is, that may be a blessing. Drowning is Amy, yeah. Yeah. Guys, it's we gotta go to bed. We can't do this all the time. This is ridiculous. It's 3:15 in the morning. I have to go. Yeah. 444 in chat and 444 is the time. How is it 444 where you're at? It should be 15. It doesn't matter where. If the story about the homeless dude is true, I think the homeless dude robbed him and pushed him. That is possible, Marlena. I know we are all thinking it's a freak accident, but also we got to remember that people can take advantage of you. Smart ass. You know everything, Mo. Just kidding. Just kidding. I promise. Atlantic time zone. Okay. Sorry, I didn't know. Just a blonde trying to make a living right now. Okay. I didn't say mohawk. I need an answer. God, I can't even feel my ass right now. I gotta pile down. I gotta take off all this stuff now. That's another hour's work. I'm just kidding. I love you, Mohawk. Newfoundland debris perspire. Listen, you can kiss my Newfoundland. Mohawk, I can joke with Mohawk. I love Mohawk. We're all insomnia. Yes. Yes. Thank you for being here, SL. That's right. Never go to bed with your makeup on. You gotta put some retinol on that. Thank God for Neutrogena wipes, though. All right. Was a very good stream. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Angela, SL, Donna, Dina, Fun to Ski, Dana, Estelle. I'm good. Thanks, Angela's case really touched me in my heart. I'm 69 and losing my. Oh, you got it going on, Estelle. That's right. As long as I'm not easy. You're funny. Love you, dear. Thank you, Tanks. Love you, honey. Love you, Robin. Good night, everyone. Lake Erie. Got here late. Enjoy what I watch. It's been an interesting stream. Thank you. Love you too, honeys. Good night, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Darcy, Joy, Bucket List, Georgia, Lisa, Jessica. Thank you all. Appreciate you so much. I will talk to you guys today, sometimes later. Later today, sometimes. Love you guys. Good morning, good night, and good morning, and good day. Love you guys. Bye, Vincent, Stephanie. Let's see, where am I? Jamie Johnson, MTB, Tanks, Fun to See. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.